Growing up in Chicago, there are a few high schools that you will always know. From Whitney Young to Simeon and even Morgan Park, most Chicagoans are familiar with these schools. Not for the reason that they excel in the academics or the arts. If it's not that, then why? It's because of these type of guys. They're seen as Greek gods who can slam dunk, score touchdowns, and hit home runs. Why are they so special, you ask? They can ball like no one else.
Come on. Hot, sicker than your average. Papa twist cabbage off instinct. Niggas don't think shit stink. Pink Gators, my Detroit players. Tim's for my hooligans in Brooklyn. That's dead right. If the head right, Biggie there, every night. Papa been smooth since days of under rules. Never lose, never choose to.
Although we imagine them as superheroes, they're actually called student athletes. But is that really the case?
Yeah, Papa and Pump. Close like Starsky.
In this documentary, we question the term student athlete because the reality is that the kids that participate in sports lack the benefits of the education offered to them. Whether if that's being able to finish the schoolwork or not even be able to pass a class. The term student athlete is a myth. We interviewed some athlete students and got their take on their personal experiences. This is Nicole Chopnong. She's a varsity volleyball player and she's a junior at Whitney Young.
Okay, so usually, like during the school season, instead of going home right after school, I have practice for a few hours. So I'll do practice and then I'll try to do homework on the ride home. And then when I get home, I have to shower and eat. So I probably won't get to my homework until around 10. And I try to be in bed before 12, but that really depends on the workload. Sometimes I feel like my athletics come before my academics because the athletic programs are a really large commitment, so I really have to focus on that, and then my school sometimes comes second. The only motivation to do my homework is myself and my grades. So depending on where my grades are at, that's my motivator for what class gets more work put into it.
Do you have your coaches or anybody outside of volleyball that encourage you to do your homework and that give you the resources so that you can succeed?
No.
All right, thank you. We also talked to Billy Good. He's a junior at Whitney Young and he plays on the varsity lacrosse team.
I definitely spend more time on my sport when I'm in season. I am able to get a little bit more studying in, but the sport can be a pretty big commitment. I think it's mostly self-motivated. My coaches are probably willing to help, but I end up doing most of the load by myself.
So do you think that you have the resources besides your Whitney Young that could help you with tutoring and everything like that?
Yeah, I think I have the opportunity to, but
it's hard to do it.
It's hard to do it in season.
All right, thank you. This is Miles DiFilippo. He's a senior at Whitney Young and played soccer his sophomore year.
I feel like my role as an athlete is more demanding than my job as a student.
As you can see, these athlete students have had to take some difficult pathways to continue their job as an athlete and a student. Unfortunately, these kids are only the tip of a giant iceberg. Chicago produces thousands of athlete students every year, but many of them leave school without any of the knowledge needed to become impacting members in society. With subpar requirements, students have been able to stay athletically eligible while still performing poorly in their academics. After stripping Curie High School of their 2013-2014 CPS basketball championship for lack of eligibility sheets proving that their athletes had met the academic requirements, CPS vowed to crack down on eligibility. However, they were only able to produce 147 of the 960 total eligibility sheets for the following season, a mere 15%, proving their crackdown was insufficient. To play Division I sports, you at least need a 2.0 GPA. You must take the SAT or ACT and score a minimum of 400 on the SAT. For the ACT, you have to score a minimum of 37 when you're combining all of your other scores from your other parts of the test together. These low requirements are promoting for students to do the bare minimum to pass. And even then, with these low requirements, many athlete students are not able to meet the standard.
The NCAA stripped the University of Memphis men's basketball team of all its wins from 2007-2008 Thursday, saying the Tigers used an ineligible player. The Tigers made it to the national title game that season before losing to Kansas. The NCAA report did not identify the ineligible player, believed to be NBA star Derrick Rose.
They referred to the student athlete as somebody who was there for just one season. And the only freshman coming in that year was Derrick Rose. The only player who stayed 1 year, one season, and left school was Derrick Rose. So with if it isn't Derrick Rose, boy, I'd like to find out who it is, because there's really no one else it could be but him. So everyone is surmising that it's him. But Derrick Rose's people said he had nothing to do with it.
The player in the NCAA report was accused of having another person take his SAT exam in Detroit, so he could be eligible as a freshman after failing the ACT 3 times in Chicago.
Come on, think. Brain blast!
In Beaufort, South Carolina, the school district implemented higher GPA requirements and more opportunities to get tutoring and help for student athletes. This has proven to be successful, as only 5.5% of the athletes are now under the 2.0 GPA minimum versus 13% they had in the beginning. The same solution could be implemented in Chicago. Another big part of the solution is the coaches. If we put together a program, then we can educate the coaches on the importance of their players' education. With this program, we are showing that the coaches, not just the players, will be able to provide a source of motivation for their players to excel in their academics. The last solution we made was that we create a program for the players. In this program, the players would have a buddy who would help them keep up with their schoolwork. Whether if it's helping them organize or helping them with the work, we believe it will be successful in academic improvement of the athletes.
We happy? Vincent? We happy?
Yeah, we happy.
As you can see, the term student athlete isn't as true as it sounds. With the help of Chicagoans, it is possible to help these athletes so they be ready for the real world. We can help them excel in academics and keep producing some of the world's best athletes.
Hey, kids.